Welcome back to the training videos. In this video we're going to be going over production flow. Now one thing before we actually get into production flow, you want to make sure you have everything ready to go for your production. You want to make sure your scoreboard is updated and has the correct team names in it. You want to make sure your bottom thirds, all the shots in there are updated. Make sure your RSS feed, you have the right ticker showing across. If you're doing football, have the football one up, volleyball one, so on. Make sure you have all of your ads updated. New scroller, put that in. Audio ads, make sure those are in if you have any new ones. Also, up here in layer 1 on your clear music, your clock shot up here. Make sure you have everything taken care there. Make sure your clock is cropped in nicely. Looks neat. Also make sure you have your audio from your camera turned off on your clock so you're not getting any background noise over your announcers if you have them. Just a reminder on how to do that. Just right click on your shot. Go to change audio and make sure your camera audio here is turned off. Make sure you have your audio turned on here on the scroller in layer 2. If you have announcers, you want to right click, change audio, and make sure this microphone option is selected. If you don't have announcers and you just have camera mics, you want to make sure your camera mic is turned on here. And that again was on the scroller in layer 2. Now, once you are ready to go live, and you have everything updated, you're ready to go. The first thing you're going to do here in Wirecast is go up to Output, go to Output Settings, and in here you would want to go to YouTube. It should be your default for most people. Waiting for this to come across here. You would click on YouTube. I'm going to re-authenticate here. I don't think it was signed in, basing on how long that was taking. Okay. So once you are in here in your output settings under YouTube, what you're going to want to do here is go to your event drop-down box right here. Click on it. Select the game you want to live stream. And then once you have it selected here, go up to your encoding and select the encoding you're going to use. Most people in newer schools should have an option up here at the top of your list that would say use me. Use that option. Otherwise, you're probably going to be using this 1080/30 by 264 right here, or you will be using this 720/30 by 264. Oops, excuse me. Actually, you will be using this one down here, 720/30 by 264 maximum. So 720/30 by 264 maximum. Or you would be using this 1080/30 by 264 recommended, or at the top of the list you would have one called use me. Go ahead and select the encoding you're going to use. And then in your output settings here, down at the bottom, I'm going to have to resize my window here so it looks better. Down on the bottom here, you're going to click OK. Once you click OK here, you'll be ready to send the stream over to YouTube. So when you are ready, go ahead and hit your stream button right here. Your stream button should come across as green. Waiting for mine to come across. Okay, there we go. Once your stream button comes across green here, you will be sending your signal over to YouTube. What you want to do is you're going to either have to go to YouTube the long way to get to your control room and your event to send it live. The easiest way to get there, however, is just come here to Output in Wirecast. Go to YouTube Studio. And if you click YouTube Studio here, it will take you right to your control room for your event. As you see, my event pops up here. Now over here on YouTube, you're going to want to wait for your preview window to come up over here with your video coming through. Once it comes through, you're going to want to check, do I have video coming across? Is my scoreboard coming across? Is my audio coming across? So on and so forth. Once everything is good and you are ready to go live, you want to come back to Wirecast, click on your logo and your songs, and go ahead and press your spacebar to send them over to the live window, and then head back to YouTube, and you're going to wait for your logo and songs to come up over here in the preview window. So once your logo and your songs come up and they start playing, you can hit go live here in the top right hand corner. And once it says you're live, give it a second. Once you see this live in the top left hand corner of your video right here, then you are completely live on YouTube. Now, one thing here for a couple of the newer schools, it was in the embedding video as well. If you are a newer school with a newer YouTube account, after you go live, you will need to come here to edit and then scroll down in this menu here and make sure your allow embedding has a check mark by it. YouTube will kind of reset these settings after you go live on a new YouTube account, and you'll have to come in here, click allow embedding, so anybody on your actual website, your live ticket site, can watch the video over there. Make sure to do that. That is extremely important that there's a check mark here by allow embedding. Once you are live over here on YouTube, you can leave Google Chrome and YouTube open in the background. I will close mine right now though. So your logo and song is running right now. I usually leave the logo and song run for about 1.5 to 2 minutes at the start of the game. Or excuse me, at the start of your stream, to be a little bit more precise there. After about 1.5 to 2 minutes, what I'm going to do is hotkey 4 to run my video ads, and then press my space bar to bring those across. What you want to do with video ads here is you want to let all of your video ads run through once, so each video gets played once. In my case over here, I have 6 ads that I need to run through. So Farm Credit Services gets played once. My 5A logo gets played once. Visit Spearfish played once. 3 Amigos played once. Ver90 played once. And 11 logo intro played once. I'm just going to skip through for the sake of time right now. After all of your videos run through once, what you're going to want to do is hotkey 3, press 3 on your keyboard, and wait till that last video gets done playing. I'm just going to wait here till this video going on right now gets done. Once your videos have played through, hotkey 3 and press your enter key to bring across your audio ads. Now, while you're in warm-ups here, you're going to let the audio ads play until the game starts or your announcers want to come on and talk. If you want a timer here on your audio ads as well, you can click on this gear wheel underneath your live window and select your MP3. It will show you a timer there. So with all of these audio ads, they are 30 seconds long. Don't cut ads off unless you absolutely have to. We'll go over a little bit later in this video when it would be okay to cut off an ad, but it's very rare that you should. Now again, you're going to let all these audio ads play until you're ready to come in at the start of the game. I'm going to let this ad play through right here. Now, in the meantime, while this ad is playing, my next hotkey is going to be 2. So I'm going to press 2 on my keyboard. When I press 2 on my keyboard, since I am selecting the scroller here in layer 2, my microphones will come on. So when you hit 2 and enter, your announcers will be live. The big reason I point that out is you never want to bring in your announcers without letting them know that their mics are hot. You don't want to catch them saying something in between break that they don't want put on the air. So just be careful and let them know when you're coming out of break or they're coming in for the first time. The best way I like to do that here, I'm going to let this ad finish and show on the next one. On my ad here, what I usually do with my announcers when I'm bringing them in from audio ads, when it gets down to 15 seconds on the last ad you're going to play, I usually let my announcers know, hey, 15 seconds left. When you get down to 10 seconds, just say 10 seconds and then count them in from 5. So I'm just going to do that now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when my ad ends, I'm going to press my enter key and I'm going to bring across my announcers. Now your 605 header and your bottom thirds right here, usually wait about 5 to 10 seconds somewhere in there, and then you're going to hotkey 5 and spacebar to clear off your music and to let your announcer speak freely without any lead-in music behind it. The last hotkey I use here is hotkey 6. This one doesn't need an enter or a spacebar by it. And what that does is it gets me to my scoreboard. And in this case, I was on shot layers. I need to click on 3 dots and a circle. But that would bring me into where I can edit my scoreboard right here. Now, as the game goes on, your announcers are talking. You will run into timeouts and quarter breaks. So we're going to do it in the terms of football here. So for timeouts, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to watch how long your timeouts are. Football probably has the longest timeouts of all the sports because they'll take the entirety of them without very many exceptions. Your announcers, if you have them, will usually call them, otherwise watch the officials and the signals they give. But for our purposes, during timeouts and quarter breaks both, we're going to run audio ads. So as soon as a timeout's going to be called, you're going to hotkey 3 and press your enter key to run your audio ads. Same premise here with your audio ads. They're 30 seconds long, so if you have a minute timeout, run 2 of them. If it's a minute and a half, run 3 of them, so on. To bring your announcers back in, you want to give them time, so say 10 seconds on your last ad, and then count them in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're going to press 2 and enter. And you will bring across your bottom thirds. And then go ahead and press 5 and spacebar to let your announcers talk uninterrupted. Just remember, when you hotkey 2 and spacebar, you bring your announcers' mics on. So just make sure that they know. Next thing here, what you're going to want to do, quarter breaks, it's going to be the same process over. So you get done at the end of the first quarter, you're going to hotkey 3 and press your enter key to run your audio ads. Let your audio ads run for as long as the quarter break needs. When you bring your announcers back in, say, hey, 10 seconds left, are you ready? And then count them in from 5. So we'll wait for it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to hotkey 2 enter, and then wait about 5 seconds, and then 5 and spacebar to let your announcers talk without any music behind them. Now, for any sport that has halftime, going over halftime here, halftimes you'll see them in football and basketball, but not in volleyball. So for halftimes, what we do is we let our announcers lead us out into halftime, and then we are going to play our video ads at the start of halftime. So you would press 4 and then enter key to move to your video ads. Now what you want to do with video ads here is do the same thing that you did at the start of the video. You're going to play your videos and you're going to let them all play once. So in my case, Farm Credit Services, my logos, my Visit Spearfish, I let all my videos play once, and then when my videos are done, I'm going to press 3 and enter, and I'm going to run my audio ads until halftime is over. Once I get to the end of halftime, I'm going to count my announcers in like I did before. Hey, 10 seconds, are you ready to come in? And then I'm going to count them in from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 2 and enter key. And I'm going to wait about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then press 5 and spacebar. And that will bring me back so my announcers can speak. And then I will press 6 to get back to my scoreboard. If you run into any timeouts, you're just going to run timeouts again. So you have a timeout down on the field for a minute. You're going to press 3 to get your audio ads and enter. Run your audio ads for a minute, which would be 2 audio ads. Then when you're on your final ad here, make sure to let your announcers know that you're going to come back in. So 15 seconds, are you ready? And then count them in from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then hotkey 2, enter. And then wait about 5 seconds and hotkey 5 and spacebar. Now if you ever get this window come up right here, just click off of it and hit your spacebar again, and your hotkeys will work. And then I'm going to press 6 just to get back to my scoreboard over here. So final thing here, at the end of the game when your production is all said and done with, if your announcers have stats or anything that they want to go over and they call for a break, just run audio ads. But otherwise than that, at the end of the game, what you're going to want to do is run your logo and your songs and press spacebar. And you'll let this logo songs play for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. During that time, what I like to do while my logo song is running, I like to go up here to output and go to YouTube Studio. And once I am in the YouTube Studio here, I'm just going to head back to Wirecast, wait for my music to get done playing after that 1.5 to 2 minutes, and then I'm going to come up to my stream button right here, click off my stream button in Wirecast first, come back over to YouTube, and over here in YouTube, you want to make sure where it says excellent connection right here, you want to wait till that says no data, and then once that says no data, you can come up to the top right hand corner here and hit end stream and hit end, and then your stream will be over. Now the last thing I want to discuss before I end this video is when it is appropriate to cut ads off. The only time that we allow for ads to be cut off is when there's going to be a big moment in the game, and most of that comes with halftime shots, a shot in basketball right before half, a buzzer beater, that would be a time you could run and cut off an audio ad to get back to the game. Or if you would have, late in a football game, volleyball game, basketball game, whatever it may be, if you're in the last 30 seconds of a game, if you would overrun an ad there, it's okay to cut an audio ad off there because people want to see the game rather than be stuck in an ad around that. But if it's not the moments right before halftime, or, right at the end of the game where the game is close and, the last 30 seconds really do matter in a game, try not to cut ads anywhere other than there. So with that, that'll end the production flow video. If you got any questions, let me know. Hopefully you found what you needed in this video.